What happens behind the scenes at the Tour de France? Well, we're in the hotel car park, which today is serving as a hub, the epicenter for the team behind me, Bora Hansgrohe. And I'm surrounded by team cars, buses and trucks as the mechanics get the bikes ready for the race starting on Saturday. Now the riders are out on a training ride of about 2.5 hours at the moment, so it's very quiet here at the moment, but we'll have a scout around and see what new bikes and kit we can see. I've got my camera, let's go and have a closer look. So every team has a bus, and this is a Bora Hansgrohe team bus, twin axle setup, very swish. We could go and have a look inside, but they'll probably boot us straight out, so we won't. Team car, fairly standard team car. It's an estate. All teams use estate cars because they need the space. This is a Ford Mondeo, and a key requirement of all team cars is a rack. So you can get many bikes on there. They'll have the GC rider bike on the outside of the rack. You can get to it more easily. So basically, the more important the rider, the easier access the bike is. You've got this device here, which is a communications device for satellites, so you can get race radio, and you've got aerials here, so they can keep track of what's happening in the race in the team car. If we have a quick look in the team car as well, the windows, as you can see, you've got loads of devices. You've got a tablet stand there, you've got the walkie-talkie radios, and you've got lots of bottled water. And the boot as well. I won't try and open it. Pretty standard setup in the boot of the car. We've got a cool box, so that can be full of water bottles and food. And we've got, each rider has their own kit bag. It's got the name on it, so they can easily identify a kit bag if they need arm warmers or any spare clothing during the race. I mean, it's blisteringly hot today, so they won't need anything, no warmers stuff. So yeah, that's team car, team bus. Let's go and see what else we can find. Right, let's head over to the beating heart of the team. 2 days out from the Tour de France. It's the mechanic's truck and a sea of beautiful bikes. So Bora are sponsored by Specialized, so we've got a fleet of tarmac bikes. There's a tarmac just here, and the Venge aero road bike. And because there's a team time trial on Sunday, there are a few time trial bikes lurking around. You see one just over there, the brand new Shiv that the company launched just a few days ago. Now, as I said, it's fairly quiet at the moment because the riders are out on a training ride. A few hours ago, there's a lot more activity here because these bikes have all been prepped, washed, cleaned. A lot of disc brake bleeding as well. That's something we've noticed this year, a lot of bleeding of disc brakes. We spoke to a mechanic at another team just now. We asked him about disc brakes, and he said it means a lot more time preparing the brakes, get the bleed just right. And they don't bleed them every day or every week, just when they need to. So based on feedback from the rider at the end of the stage, how the brake's feeling. Inside the team truck, and we see lots and lots of spare wheels, lots of spare tubs at the back, tubular tyres. They've got a measuring jig here on the left, so they can make sure each rider's got the saddle in the right position, the handlebar set up how they want. We've got loads of spare cassettes up in the rack there, loads of chain rings as well, a few hacksaws. Got a compressor for inflating the tyres, and they've even got a wheel jig as well to make sure the spokes are true. And over here, well, both sides actually, there are two mechanics. They each have a work stand, a tax work stand, which you can see here, and they each have their own toolkit. That one's a bit of a mess. That's a bit more organised, but you can see they're they stopped half job, and you've got loads of amazing tools. You've got a power drill there with an Allen key on, so they can remove the through axles much more quickly. Got loads of lube. Got a bottle of spacers for the disc brakes when you take the rotor out. Loads of pliers and various tools, and lots of hydraulic mineral oil for bleeding the brakes. fairly recent addition to the fleet of vehicles that a top level team like Bora Hansgrohe have is a food truck. I don't know when a food truck was first introduced by a team, let me know if you know in the comments below, but they're fairly common with the bigger teams at least, the small teams don't have them yet. So this is the Bora Hansgrohe food truck where they eat all the food prepared, so they have their own chef and all their own equipment of food, so it means they go to every hotel and there's no problem with preparing food to meet their nutritional requirements. So let's have a peek inside. It's fairly quiet at the moment because the rides are out, but some of the mechanics are getting a bit of food. You see you've got nice seating, fairly relaxed, nice temperature, coffee machine up there as well. Home from home. And we spin round, talking about nutrition, it's really hot as I mentioned, so there's loads and loads of water in the belly of this team truck and lots of mini cans of Fanta and Coca-Cola as well for post-stage rehydration. There's nothing like a can of Coke when you've done 200 kilometres in a hot, sweaty weather. So loads of water. If we spin around, yet another smaller team truck packed with all the time trial bikes. You don't often see the time trial bikes out at the beginning before the Tour de France, but because there's team time trial on Sunday, the second stage, they've been out riding these bikes today and yesterday, making sure they're all set up. And as I mentioned, I've got brand new specialised Shiv TT bikes, so make sure they're all dialed in. And as you can see, you've got disc brakes. So a lot of equipment on show, a lot of bikes, and they're all dual race Di2, they've all got power meters, all got hydraulic disc brakes, they've all got carbon wheels. It makes you wonder how much value there is in all the bikes there. If you've got any guesses on how much all the bikes here are worth, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to know how much you think all these bikes are worth. Well, another day, another hotel car park. We are going to check out some other team today, so let's go and see what we can find. It's early in the morning, so team mechanics are all out working busy to get the bikes ready. We've seen lots of time trial bikes ready for Sunday and lots of road bikes ready for the final training ride before the grand depart on Saturday. Let's go and see what we can find. So over there, a rack of very beautiful Cervelo bikes all ready to go, all pristine, tyre pressure being checked. Last minute additions here, lever's been adjusted, bar tape not yet on the bike. Something you might not see on TV, all the team buses and team trucks have lots of washing machines because they need a lot of kit washing on a daily basis, so those will be going overtime for the next 3 weeks. So that's Team Sunweb, lots of nice Cervelos. We'll move on to Katusha Alpecin, as you know, sponsored by Canyon. And they've again got all the time trial bikes out, their Speed Max time trial bikes. Let's have a closer look at one of them. So this is the Canyon Speed Max CF SLX belonging to Ilnur Zakarin. GC contender possibly, let us know in the comments below. And you can see there's a lot of talk about 1x, 2x. This bike is rocking the new SRAM red ETAP axis with a single ring at the front and 12 sprockets on the back. Because as you know, one chainring is more aero than two chainrings. Got a disc on the back and a deep section wheel on the front. And let's have a closer look at this cockpit as well. Got a computer mount there, lots of foam gripping on the extensions, and even though this is a cutting edge of technology, we've still got a bit of electrical tape to hold the blip buttons, the optional SRAM ETAP shifter buttons onto the brake levers there. So even at this cutting edge of the sport, you still see some, not bodges, not the right word, creative solutions to setting these bikes up for the riders. It's very hot today, so lots of water is needed, and this guy is filling up all the water bottles with okay to just show? Is it okay to open? Okay. And inside, lots of water bottles ready to go for the riders, keep them hydrated, because hydration is essential. Thank you. And you see the size of the setup. You've got buses, you've got big trucks, you've got lots of team cars, lots of people. They're washing the cars constantly because they're on a show, they're on TV. They've got to look smart, got to be presentable. You're presenting your brands, your sponsors, so you've got to be clean, pristine, ready to go. Right, another team, this is UAE Team Emirates, sponsored by Carnago. Let's go and have a close look at some of their bikes. Again, lots of mechanics preparing water bottles for today's training ride, lots of water needed. And it's funny, hoovering the inside of the car, because the sports director and the mechanics spend a lot of time in the car, behind the riders. They're in the car for 6 hours a day. That's a lot of Haribo to eat and a lot of snacks and Pringle crumbs to get in the back of the car, so constantly hoovering the car, make sure they're clean inside as well as outside. When we spin round, we see the team bikes. You see how small this bike is? It's so small, the front wheels not on the ground. That is another behind the scenes from the Tour de France 2019. Hope you enjoy revealing what happens behind the biggest race, before the race actually starts. It's kind of, there's an anticipation in the air. It's still quite calm, the mechanics aren't fluttered because they're used to this. They're all seasoned pros, been doing multiple Tours de France, so they're used to the pressure that this race puts on mechanics and all the team personnel behind the race. There's so much goes on to make sure that the riders can perform at their best in this race. So yeah, fascinating really, and it's amazing how much access you have that we're just walking around the car park and we can see the bikes and we see the mechanics and we see the wash machine going at it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. Got any questions, any observations, put them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video, enjoy watching it, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you again in the next video.